Hello, my wonderful YouTubers. Just waiting for someone to come in before I get smoked up with all of this wet wood. The radiant heat feels really good though. Let's see if anyone comes in. Hey KP, how are you doing? Thanks for dropping in. I definitely appreciate it. Hope all is well with you. And I hope you guys are getting some nice weather. Hello there. Is it Kashana? How are you? I will. Thank you so much for dropping in. I definitely appreciate it. So your weather's good, no problems. That's great. That's great. It's kind of chilly here at night. We got some snow 2 days ago, but I didn't make it out here during the snow. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm dealing with wet smoke. Hey Herbert, how are you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Today is the first day without rain. That's amazing. We had a little rain this morning. I thought it was going to rain later. I thought it was going to rain some more, but it didn't. It's just that the temperature's dropping, but man, I have a really nice long fire going on right now. Let's see if I can show it to you without. So, I don't know. I hope you guys were able to see that. So, how's everything going with you, Herbert? Hope all is well. You can see the embers flying by. And now my chat is at a standstill. Okay, there it goes. In North Carolina, a dusting of snow expected tomorrow. Yeah, if we get any snow tomorrow, I'm going to be hunkered down right here in this. I made it's called a Baker um let me see, a Baker tent tarp. It's like an Adirondack, but you bring the sides in to make it somewhat smaller. Wishing the weather was better to try out my new hot tent and stove. Oh yeah. Hey Taylor, how are you doing? Yeah, a hot tent. Yeah, yeah. That's that's gonna be nice. I'm seeing a lot of people get those, but yeah, I'm just fighting off the embers and the smoke. A few minutes ago, oh my, I had to go to the other side of the fire, but this fire, it really feels good. But oh my goodness, I may have to move somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to because of the light. But while my legs getting really hot, but I hope it doesn't affect my phone. But yeah, guys, I was out here today, and it was really tough getting this fire started because I put up the shelter. I got here late. I put up the shelter, had to take it down, put it up again, and then I had a lot of wood, but I didn't have any large logs. So I went and saw some large logs because I really don't want to get up a lot during the night, even though I really don't. I'm gonna move into this tent somewhat, this tarp. Whew. Because I don't want to get up a lot, but hey, Maine, how are you doing? Says yeah, the writing is so small. One of these days I'll figure out how to make the text larger. But don't forget to hit the like. But yes, I definitely appreciate it. If all you guys would do that, hit the like button. Uh, one tigress, okay, but the ground is snow covered. Uh, Not wanting to set it up um, with wet ground yet. Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm doing. Yeah. When I set this one up today, the ground is wet. I mean, the snow is melting, but that's one of the purposes of a tarp. I have a 5x7 on the ground, but the tarp itself is a 10x10. And I have enough room to actually stretch out in here. I have my gear in here. Um, but it's a 5x7 Mylar grabber tarp. So that's on the ground floor. And then I have a foam bedroll. And what else do I have here? I have a Mylar bivy, but I very seriously doubt if I even get into that bivy. Hey, ground dog, how are you doing? Grumpy Grunt, how are you? Thanks for joining in. I definitely appreciate it. Uh, J JP Sora, shout out my friend Gabe Owners. He likes your content and he's subscribed. He would love it if you said his full name first and last. Okay, so let me see his full name again. Gabe Owners. Thank you so much. Shout out to Gabe Owners. Yeah, we're doing good. Me and the family, we're doing good. We're doing good. Then think of the ground. Yeah, the ground tarp. I'm doing. The 10 C's. They say that everything should be able to do at least three things. I'm finding out of all the 10 C's, for example, with the tarp. Okay, the tarp is your shelter. The tarp can be a ground sheet. It can be a water catchment system. It can be used as a stretcher. Um, let's see what else. It can be used as actually you can dig a hole, put it in the ground, collect water. There were seven main things about the tarp that you can use. So a tarp, and that's one reason why I like the tarp, because you can make so many things out of it. Message is held for review. Okay, are you at your camp now? Yeah, I'm here. Um, I doubt if you would see anything because it's dark, but I'll show you the inside of it right now. This is the inside of my shelter. All of this is Mylar. The floor is Mylar. My gear is just everywhere. And this is outside, which is totally dark. This is the only light here. But yeah, this is my and this heat, it just reflects so well with this tarp. But but on the video you can really see it a lot. I actually did a walk around to show the inside and the outside of it. But before I go to bed tonight, I'll throw a lot of my gear to the back and I'll sleep towards the front because I like to sleep like 3 feet from the fire. But it's hard to really sleep because I like watching the fire. So yeah, thank you so much. Um, what's that, Manny? Okay, yeah. Definitely subscribe to you. I'm so glad. You know what? It's just so much about bushcrafting that I was just telling someone the other day. I forgot who it was. Is that there's no ending to bushcrafting. It's a journey that never ends. I have, I have enough material that I can almost do a live almost every single day because I really want to go in depth about the 10 C's. And again, it seemed like the cordage. I use 550 bank line and some no 550 paracord and some 36 bank line. And with the bank line, you can use that as fishing. You can use cordage. Believe it or not, you can even use cordage as a tourniquet. It has 7 strands in it. They have some that has, I think it's 9 or 11, and one is specifically for fire. But the only thing about paracord, after a while, paracord does stretch. But I'm just going to use it. I have so much paracord. I doubt if I ever use it up. Yeah, this heat really feels good. I'm hoping that this wood is wet, and I'm hoping that it really dries and dealing with this smoke or something else. But yeah, the and this is how I look at the first 10 C's. The first thing I look at is when I get out of my vehicle, can I survive the night with what I have on? That is part of my cover. And I don't ever bring a coat to the bush. And the reason I don't bring a coat is because I'm always near the fire. And if I'm not near the fire, I'm harvesting, processing wood, so I really don't get cold. When I just stand still or sit still, yeah, I'll get a little chill. But I look at my clothing to be the first layer of covering. Then I look at the tarp. This tarp is going to give me something to sleep under. Okay. And then I bring a bivy and my clothing. So I have something to sleep in. And then I have something to sleep on, the robe, the bedroll. And I also have 3 5-gallon, wow, that was a large ember. 3 5-gallon trash bags, which really should be contractors' bags, but I have those as well. Hey, Canadian, how are you doing? So, there's a lot you can do with that first seat cover, and then I look at the cordage. Because if you have the tarp or you're making a debris shelter, you have to have some binding material. So you have to have cordage. But after you have cordage and you're in the bush, you're going to need wood. So how are you going to harvest that wood? That's going to be with a cutting tool, whether it's a saw, whether it's a knife, whether it's a hatchet, axe, kukri. And then once you have your wood that you've processed with your cutting tool, you have to light it. So you have to have combustion, which is a ferrous rod. It can be a lighter, it can be matches, it can be flint and steel. So once you have those first four, you must have a container. And the reason why the container is important is because I keep my water in it, but I also keep water close to the fire. So those first five for me are really easy to remember: cover, cordage, cutting tool. What did I just say? My the cutting tool, the canteen, and combustion. And then I look at the second five. So when I get out of my car and I've already looked at my clothing, I'm satisfied with my clothing. The first thing I do, I take my compass and I shoot an azimuth, which is it's an identification mark, and I set a bearing. So you need the compass. And then since I have the compass, the next thing I'm thinking about is uh, your headlight. Well, candle. They call it candle, but it's actually your headlight. I do have a candle burning right now, but your headlight. So you have on the second C's, you have your compass, you have your candle, and then I think a first aid, which is something cotton, your bandana, a shamag, because you can do first aid with those. You need to clean your dishes. You can use a bandana and the shamag for many, many different reasons. And then the last two, cargo. Cargo is basically my gorilla tape that I can, if my tarp burns, and Emma burns my tarp, I can repair it. I've repaired grommets with Gorilla Tape, but that's cargo. And the last one is a canvas needle. And even late tonight, there is a hole I have in some of my gear, and I'm going to use that canvas needle to sew that up. So that's how I look at the 10 C's there. Um, but there is so much about the 10 C's that, they say every one of your 10 C's should do at least three things. When I start really analyzing it, every last one of them, there's about 5 to 7 different things that you can do with all of the 10 C's. So that's how I look at it. Going down to 26 later on tonight. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what is going down. Hey, what's going on, Andy? How are you doing? Hey, guys, if you guys are really interested in some good honey, check out the Good Life Adventures. Now remember, it's GOODE. Um, the content creator Andy gave me some honey. That honey was so good. And when you look at his videos and you see all the bees, the first thing I'm thinking, man, this sounds like the Indianapolis 500 with all of those bees. But yeah, that's a really good channel. So you guys, if you as soon as you can, go over and check out the Good Life Adventure. That's my friend Andy. We hang out together at the Georgia Bushcraft. We really have a blast. And hey guys, if you are really interested in the outdoors, the wilderness, anything to do with the outdoors, I would say if by all means, if you can get to the Georgia Bushcraft, it is every April and November. And it is really a blast. I've been 3 times. I plan to be there every time they have it. It is just so much fun, and it's so large. Every year it gets larger and larger. And there are a lot of meetups, and I would suggest going to meetups because you learn so much from those things. Yep. Looks like you're enjoying. Yeah, I'm enjoying the bush. This wood was really a challenge. It's something about you really can't take a short. You cannot take a shortcut. I did not want to make any feather sticks. I said, you know what? I'm just going to use some of the kindling off the lower bottoms of the trees and some off the ground. But I did saw some very large logs because I want a long fire. It took me at least an hour to get this fire started. I use a fat wood. I use cotton balls and Vaseline. I was splitting wood as the kindling was burning, but I kept saying, okay, it's getting larger, it's getting larger. Now I have coals and I'm fine now. But yeah, it's like when you're making the fire, the thing is preparing. Have a good combustion. I use a ferrocerium rod. You can use flint and steel. You can bow drill, plow drill, hand drill. I have matches and lighters, which I lit my candle. But have your combustion. Have your tinder. Something that is fluffy and will take a spark. Then have your kindling, which is going to be your pinky size or smaller. And have a lot of it, which today I didn't, but I made it through because I have a very good fire now. And then your fuel, which is wrist size or larger. And of course you have air. And those are the 5 elements of having a great fire. NFK20, how are you doing? I definitely glad to be here and very new. Love your channel. I'm glad you do. I really hope that I'm bringing some value every time I come out here and make a video, or even if I make a video at home. I want to bring something that's valuable. So I'm really glad that you are enjoying my channel. But yeah, it's just I haven't done an overnighter. I'm gonna say in almost 2 months, 3 months. I'm not sure. So it's like I really wanted to get out Friday because we had some snow. And that's the thing about planning. You can plan so many things that you want to do, but there are other priorities to take, that comes in and so I wasn't able to get out Friday. I wasn't able to get out Saturday, but it's like I'm going today. I don't look at the weather. I don't care about the weather. If it rains, I'm going to be protected. I want the challenge of rain, keeping the fire going because I already had something planned. I was going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 saplings and build a little cage. And I was going to put foil paper on top and saplings on top to block the rain. But it rained a little bit coming when I was coming out here, but that was about it. We didn't get a lot of rain. So, hey, Indian Hemlock, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. That's another. I really like his show. His videos. I think they're so smooth. They're so smooth. They're so soothing. That's another channel I would say definitely check it out because he's out there doing the hammock, he's making the coffee, he's making the fire, everything. I still haven't cooked, so I'm definitely going to cook tonight. I've never prepared a meal at night, but it gets dark. It gets dark early now. So, and then, like I said, trying to get this fire started, man, it was a task, but I got it done. And I'm telling you that the heat, this is the radiant heat that you feel coming. I was studying something, and there's the convection, which you lose is something like the wind can blow or something like that, and you can lose your heat, the conduction, and that's why I have the bedroll because I don't want that coldness sucking any of the heat out of me. But then the best one is the radiant heat, and it would be real nice to have some people, they call it a fire reflector, which wood is really not a fire reflector. Wood is actually a wind blocker. Now, what I plan to do one of these days is take 2 saplings and use foil paper as a heat reflector. But the thing about coming out into the bush, you find out there's so many things to do that you just don't have time to do all of them. So, once I saw the wood, and I said, I have about 1 hour of daylight. So I said, let me go ahead. I had to dig a pit. The pit is at least 5 feet long and at least 18 inches deep. And so I have logs that go across, and I have a lot of other wood, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stay here as long as I have to tomorrow to burn all of this wood because, Hunter, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. It's outdoors. It's outdoor. How you doing? What are you up to tonight? Man, I'm going to cook. I'm going to make some potato soup. It's going to be potatoes, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, and corn. And I'm just going to put it in some water with some lemon pepper, red pepper. I'm going to season it. And I have some bannock bread that I'm going to eat with it. And then I have coffee and I have chocolate, So, but yeah, tonight, because actually cooking, I just made some chocolate a few minutes ago. And I didn't bring a grill. I didn't want to bring a grill. But actually cooking on a fire is a bushcraft skill, So I was over there nursing it. It did not get as warm as I wanted it to. But it's like I need something warm in me, So that's what I did, But yeah, I'm going to make a meal tonight because I've never made a meal at night. So this will be pretty challenging. But yeah, I brought the food, so I have to eat it, I'm going to put this hoodie back on. a little brisky here. But I don't want to put any wood on it right now because the smoke will just smoke me out, you know. But the life of Josh, how are you doing? Started following you after Georgia Bushcraft. Great, honest content. Yeah, I like to bring it to you just as it is. You know, I want you to see my mistakes too. I mean, again, today when I put this shelter up, I hadn't put this shelter up in at least 2 years. I put it up the first time, and I realized, you know what? It's too low. So I took it down and I put it up the second time, and it was really really easy. Um, so, but here, yeah, again, this is the shelter, and all of this just reflects heat. So I won't. I'm not even going to sleep in my bivy. I might. I very seriously doubt it. But Clayton, how you doing? I'm glad you like that tent, man. Oh yeah, it's 11. Yeah, you know what, Clayton? If you're the one I'm thinking about, you were at Georgia Bushcraft, correct? Um, Now let's see. They say I must. What I say? Um, Cherokee, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah. Let's see here. PIA, how are you doing? Yeah. Uh, PIA, passionately intrigued arts. Guys, check that channel out. Man, she does some amazing things with art. I would be doing it unjust if I tried to explain any of it. Wow, the smoke is something. But she does the gardening and everything. Um, so I try to check her channel on as much as I can. There's so many channels that I try to get that you just don't have time to get to all of them. But I honestly could spend all day just watching YouTube, but unfortunately I can't, you know. Clayton. But yep, Clayton, okay. I met Clayton at Georgia Bushcraft. I have to tell you guys, I think of all the setups, Clayton had the coolest one. He was actually in a lean-to. Now, when I go to a meetup, I always take a tent. And I take the tent for privacy. And so I was wondering, like, what does he do for privacy? But he had the lean-to, he had a nice little um, fire pit, and it was just so authentic. He had a I mean, what is that? The solar panel power bank. Had one of those, a canvas oil tent, and it was really bushcrafty. I really did like it. And when you walk by his tent, just the aroma of that smoke, it's nothing like the smoke here. That's really, ooh, this smoke is something else. But when you have dry wood, you don't have this problem. So I know I'm going to have this problem all night because the wood was soaked. But I don't even mind wet wood anymore because to me, any wood will burn. If it's wet, heat will dry it. But yeah, Clayton, I really did like his setup at the Georgia Bushcraft. Hey, Clayton, I hope I see you there in April. If I don't see you in April, I hope to see you there in November. I don't want to rush time away, but it's like there are some events I can't wait to go to. The Georgia Bushcraft, the largest one in the United States of America. That's like the Super Bowl of bushcrafting. But I was very, very. I did not buy any cutting tools this time. I bought something. I bought a hobo reel. It's really not a hobo reel. I haven't tried it out. I bought something else. I bought a tomahawk, and I got to bring that out, because when I come out, I like to bring different tools every time. The tool that I brought out today, the Agawa um, Borel 24, but I brought out my Condor. Wayfinder. Let's see if you guys can see it. It's a Scandinavian grind, 1095. Spear point. Well, that's really a drop point. I haven't, and on the other side, it has a divot. Let's see. It has a divot right here. Right here, it has a divot if you want to use it for a bow drill. But this is a Condor 5-inch, and I used this today just to make some kindling. Uh, so I didn't do much with it, but and this is a 5-inch blade. I always bring something that's larger, but I said no. Today I'm only taking 3 cutting tools. I'm only going to take the essentials: a hatchet. Uh, Let me see. Let me get them real quick. I'll show you my tools. Okay, I used a. This is an S-wing hatchet. I hadn't brought this out in a while, so I decided to bring this one out today while I have dirt on it. Basically, I did some delemming with this, but actually what I did, I brought some larger pieces of some large logs back from out in the bush. I just took this and stuck it into the wood and drug some of the wood back. So that's what I did with this one. Uh, this is a monster saw, a Gawa bow rail. Now this I bought at Georgia Bushcraft last November, and it is awesome. This thing, look at the teeth on there. Very aggressive, and of course the knife. But I also brought a shovel. They call it E-trench. I use this to make the fire pit. Now I can't. Oh, there it goes. I can use it in this position to make the fire pit, but the only time I use it now is when I'm leaving to put out the fire. But whenever I make a fire, I keep a shovel and a 40-ounce clean canteen near me in case the fire gets out of hand, which it won't. But this shovel, this is how it folds up, and it does have a case. But yeah, so those are the tools that I use. But I brought very few tools, and I have more food. I mean, again, I'm going to make potato soup with the bannock bread. I have 2 things of ramen noodles, and then I have 2 packs of oatmeal for in the morning, and I have another box of Pop Tarts. I said I was going to stop eating those things, but I've already eaten 1 box a day, which is like 6 Pop Tarts. So I have some for tomorrow or later on tonight. Who knows? But yeah. So that's what I'll be doing. So Cherokee. Let's see here. Who else is here? Matthew, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, but guys, I love cutting tools. Man, I'm telling you. People like race cars, people like motorcycles. I like racing bikes. Used to race a long time ago, but I just can't give up the bikes. But cutting tools, my favorite cutting tool is a kukri. And like today, I was debating. I mean, yesterday it's like maybe I should bring on my Bud K kukri. I haven't had that one on in about 2 years. Then I said, no, take the BK. I said, no, just go ahead and take the Wayfinder. You're going to go out there this time with a 5-inch knife, nothing larger, because I like to have knives that are 7 to 10 inches in case I have to reach up and, trim something. But I said, no, the hatchet will suffice. Where to put it? I said, yeah, the hatchet will suffice if I have to reach up. But I like this because it's all one piece of metal. It's tubular, and this is leather, and with leather gloves, you can get a really good grip. But yeah, this was my first hatchet that I used in bushcrafting, and now I have like I don't want to say how many I have, but I don't know. I have some very nice ones, some very nice axe and hatchets. But I think one of my favorite one is the bearded axe. I really like that one. The one I had to rehang, but yeah, guys. But this smoke is really tearing my eyes up. But that's because that wood is wet. But as it dries, I remember it was maybe 4 years ago. I was out bushcrafting one night, and it was about maybe 3 in the morning, and it was raining, and it had rained before, so I was burning wet wood, and wet wood gives off white smoke. That's its signal. And the game warden drove up, and he looked, and I'm sure he saw my vehicle at the gate, and he just looked, and then he left. He's like, okay, yeah, some guys out there making a campfire. But yeah, I have to do all the overnighters that I can because I think it's February 15th through April the 30th. I have to check those dates again. At the wildlife management areas in Virginia, there's no campfire after 12 o'clock. So that means I won't do an overnighter. If I can't make a fire, have a fire all night, I won't do it. But I have to check those dates again, because that's important. Hey, Hudson Valley, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. Hey guys, that's another channel you got to check out. If you want to stay up on daily news, hear some good music from the Livingston Man, check out Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Every Wednesday on We Gonna Die. That's really good. And he has some really good shorts. So shorts on video and videos. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out his channel. News wise, it's really good, and it's very entertaining. So I try to catch him as much as I can. And he also does something on Tuesdays, the Four Horsemen. I have not, as long as he's been doing that, I haven't been able to check that one out because I have a Tuesday obligation, like every Tuesday. So, but yeah, that's a great channel. It really is. Yeah, if I could get that, like, I definitely can catch him on Wednesday. That's for sure. But maybe I can rearrange my schedule or something because from what I understand is that the Four Horsemen is really good. It's him, Livingston Man, the Roaming Prepper, and Vision Preparedness. And also, I'm not sure that prepping with Sarge is going to do a few shows with him as well. That's another great show I check out every Friday, Prepping with Sarge. Very good. The Orlando Prepper every Thursday. So I have some things set that, specific channels that I really like. But Scottish MacBeam, Grumpy Grunt, I could go on and on and on and on. There are just so many channels that I do watch. Of course, Corporal's Corner. Yeah. We've had a few awesome guests The Angry Prep. Yeah, yeah. Angry Prep is a good show too. I know he comes on Thursdays and Wednesdays, and then he does a lot of um, videos during the day as well. He also has some exercise. He speaks of some walking challenges and so forth. So that I mean, all the channels I check out, they're really good. They are really really good. But and the thing about it, you would be surprised at what you learn from other content creators. Um, I mean, that's why I like the comments because I get a lot of suggestions and things that I was not aware of. So it's like, let me go. I'll try that next time. But yeah, there's a lot of channels that I check out, and I just say, if you're really into bushcrafting, I can't get enough of it. I cannot get enough of bushcrafting. If I could do this every single day, I would. And today it was like, it doesn't matter. I got to go out and do an overnighter. Um, and like I said, I doubt if I'm going to try to sleep, but I like watching the fire. And then I'm watching YouTube. And so, I don't know. I have all this wood. It's like, man, I'm going to burn this wood because I don't want to leave it. And, but I have other locations that I go to, and wood is just still there. I enjoy seeing someone else use similar gear differently than I use it. I enjoy everyone's style and learning from others. That's so true. Yeah, jet get a got a knife, a Kindle and read. Okay, you got to get a Kindle and read. Yeah, I haven't tried the Kindle, but yeah, let's learn 2 tons here. Master Tarp. Oh, the smoke is really tearing me up. Master Tarp, middle-sized logs here. The Virginia Bush. Okay, what is your setup tonight? So I'll just show you the inside. This is a Baker tarp shelter. It's almost like the Adirondack. This is all Mylar, and there's a fire right there. A lot of wood right there. A lot of wood over there, and I have these lights on. But once I'm off the live, I'll just turn one. I'll just use one light, and because once your eyes adjust to the darkness, I don't want to get more light. But my light is the fire. So, but this is my setup. There will be a video whenever I go to the bush. I like to make a video of exactly what I did because, again, I think cover is so important. So important because the saying is that our bodies can only endure harsh weather for 3 hours. That's it. But I noticed that, when I got here, it was a little chilly, but I was constantly moving around, so it wasn't bad. When I was sawing those large logs, it's like I took a layer of clothing off. Then I had to put it back on. And then when I finally said, okay, I've been doing a lot of work, I'm just going to chill out before I make the fire. It's like, no, you got to hurry and make that fire because the temperature is dropping. Yeah. Yep. You see smoke? Yeah, there's a lot of smoke. Nice and cold. Yeah. How cold is it tonight? Well, I don't know what the temperature is tonight, and I don't want to try it on my phone right now. 3 hours without shelter in the wrong conditions, and you're in trouble with the wrong gear. So true. But and here again, well, one of the reasons why I don't wear a coat is because I only have one outdoor coat, and that's my hunting coat, and I don't want to get smoke in my hunting coat. But I figured that I'm always going to be close to the fire. But you never know. But like I said, I have a bivy, and I do have, I got 3 layers on, something to wick things away. Then I have, my second layer, And then I have a third layer on as well. And I do have some more clothing with me that I brought. It's down here somewhere, just in the event that I have to, I like change of socks. I have another top layer, and have some more pants that wick sweat away. So yeah, and sometimes like, well, I don't have to trek in that far, so I can endure. I think my bag today, I don't know. I can't get that thing light. It's like I'm not even going to try anymore. I know my back was at least 60 pounds, at least. But it's like I'm not even going 200 yards. So come on, you can handle any weight at 200 for 200 yards. Only two football fields. But if I was going to do a what I'm really going to do when I get time at this location, I'm going to go from site to site to site to site. I definitely will not be having anything over 40 pounds then. And I'll have my grill with me and so forth. So, uh, 38 South Atlanta, you dear. Hunting been bad. I think I'm going vegan. Yeah, hello Virginia Bush. Homestead, how are you doing? Thanks for dropping in. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, guys. Yeah, it's yeah, but when I come out here, it's like as long as I have a fire, I am not concerned about what the temperature is, because anytime I come to the bush and I stay overnight, I am going to have a massive fire. It's not going to be a small fire. It's not going to be a fire that goes out. It's going to be a fire that goes out when I leave the next day. And I usually will always have wood left over because I like harvesting and processing wood. I like using those tools. But again, it was the saw that I used most of the day. And the saw, you burn less calories. Uh, it's quicker, but like I said, I was looking. I have some axes that I have an axe that I've only brought out one time. One time. It's a 26-inch S-wing, and I chopped. It had to be maybe a 14-inch log, and I just had to chop it just because I had the axe. But and learning to use an axe safely is a skill. So when I use a 26-inch, when I'm chopping to the left, I would take my left leg and put it back. So if the blade with the edge bounces, it's not going to hit my leg. And then when I'm chopping to the right, I will put my right leg back because I'm always thinking safety. Yes, someone knows where I am. Are they going to drive here and come here in the dark? No. So my thing is safety. Never a reason to rush. Um, so that's why with the axe, it's like I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to take a chance. That's just it can be too fatal. Hey JT, how are you doing? Tuck B, how are you? You're having an S wing. Let me see, S wing. You have an S wing Camp X, yeah. Looking forward to trying it out. Oh, I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I really like, man, this thing. If I had to go into the bush and only have one axe, it would probably be this. And the reason is because I don't ever have to worry about the head getting loose. But also remember, this is tubular. You can actually bend this. Just because it's steel, you can't mishandle it. But yeah, this is and this, here, and if you look at the cheeks, this hatchet is really for felling trees because it has such a narrow cheek. Let's see. Look how narrow that the cheeks are. Very narrow. Now, for splitting, This would be the angle wouldn't be as steep. They would bow out somewhat. But this one, look how thin the cheeks are. And it just comes down to a convex grind. So this axe really is for felling. Uh, but I split with it as well, you know. But this is, like I said, this is 13 inches. It's a camp axe, and it does everything that you're capable of doing. I was telling someone, and they was saying, "Oh, but my knife only cost $20, or I want to get another one." You know what? My thing is, if you know how to use that $20 knife very well, I'm sure it will do everything that you need it to do. Now, sometimes I bring like two knives, three knives. It's because I want to try different things out. But I can bring one knife and do everything with one knife. But I just like trying different things, you know. But the thing is with this, I didn't get to do any feather sticks today. It's like, oh man, it's getting dark. And I don't want to, I did do some splitting in the dark, but making sure that knife is on that wood first and then baton it, because you don't want to cut yourself with this out here in the dark. No. So it was very thinking every time. It's like, okay, is it on the wood? My hands back here, and then baton. So yeah, but it was pretty good, man. I've been enjoying it. It's like I'm really enjoying cooking this meal at night, because again, cooking in the bush, it is in fact a skill. Um, all right, take care, Hudson Valley. Random good, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, cooking. What do you think about the Cold Steel Special Force shovel? I have one, even though it's signed by Joe Fowler. I have one, and here's the thing: some tools is like, oh, I don't want to take it out in the bush. I don't want to get it messed up. But that is, I want to say, the best shovel that I've used. I mean, that thing cut roots like nobody's business. I mean, let's see, I think I've had mine out maybe three times, and I bought it last November. But the Cold Steel, that Special Force, that's a really, really, really good shovel, you know. And the thing about, I'm always aware of, is that wooden handle. Okay, my shovels are not going into the fire. Now this one, there's no wood whatsoever, so I'll put the fire out with this, you know. But if I have I have only two shovels with a wooden handle. One is an anvil from Home Depot. So wooden shovels, I'm not putting the fire out with them. But or if you really want to be bushcrafty, you just make a digging stick instead of a shovel, using a shovel. Hey, it's lighter weight, but that's something I'll do also. She Devils, how are you doing? Hope all is well. Thanks for dropping in. I definitely appreciate it. How's your adventures going? I know you've been working on your project a while, and from what I've seen, it's like it's going well. Yeah, it's going well, but yeah, I'm just man, it's just like it's so nice to be out here. I mean, you know, earlier I heard a lot of there's a sighting range, so you can hear guys out there. And I was there maybe 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know, but I have to go back. Um, but yeah, I got to squeeze some deer hunting in. I think because I have until January the 5th, but it's going to be like 2 hard weeks of just going out here. I want to do some stalking, and the good thing about hunting, I use a climbing stand, but I want to do some stalking, and which is going to cause me to use a compass. I'll use my compass, but I'm trying to think, if you're stalking, you're going where the deer are. Am I going to have to write down everything? But the main idea will be to get some practice using the compass. So even though, like today, I know exactly where I'm going, but I'll always shoot an azimuth. Again, an azimuth is an identification mark. And then you set your bearing, which is the number. If you're going 38, let's see, what is it? 45 east or something like that, that's your bearing. So the azimuth is your mark, is your identification. And your bearing, you keep track using your bearing. Just keeping that needle, that red needle on the north. And that's the direction that you will be going. So, but I like the compass. I bring it with me every time, and I also bring a GPS system with me as backup. But because I used to use a GPS system all the time until I had an event where it failed on me, and the compass I had at the time failed on me. It kept telling me to go a different direction. It's like, no, I know I came across this creek, but it's telling me to go the opposite direction. So, no, so I found my way back, and it was, as a matter of fact, it was last year, and it was the last day of hunting season, and I had everything with me that I could have hunkered down and stayed there all night. But with it being the last day of hunting season, I did not want to take a chance of coming out of the woods and meet a game warden, and I'm carrying a 30-06 on my shoulder. It's like he's really going to believe that. He or she's really going to believe that. So now I meandered and I found my way back, but that's when I said I really got to get serious with this compass. But so I bought a new compass. The one I had before, it was okay, but I bought me it's a Sun 2 Sun 2 MC2 or something like that. I really like it. So, but yeah, every time I come to the bush, I practice with it. Hey, Chef Roast, and how are you doing? Yep, that's another man. That's a very, very entertaining channel. Yeah, I mean, she can be so many different people. She is really good and really a good cook. Yep, I try to watch her as much as I can, but it's a good, it's a good entertaining show. It's like stress reliever. But yeah, Chef Roast, yeah, very, very good. But good. I've been with you. I've been listening. Well, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. Yep. Uh, I fed your pop. Okay, pop top. Okay, addict. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring you a bad Santa sandwich, a Santa sandwich. But yeah. Today I just when I was coming out here, it's like I have bannock bread, so I don't need the Pop Tart. But it's like, okay, I'm not gonna get there till 10 o'clock. I'm going right past Dollar Tree. I may as well stop and get some anyway. But yeah, I do like Pop Tarts. That's for sure. I've had 6 of them already, and I have 6 more. So the 2 boxes I bought this morning, they'll be gone when I'm out of here. As well as I only have 4 bannock breads, only 4, but I'm gonna eat that with my soup. But yeah, that soup is gonna be really, really good. I'm gonna clean this area up, and got my little. I'm gonna use some logs as my table. Dice up my little onions, my garlic, celery, carrots, potatoes. Season it well. Put it on the fire. It's gonna be yummy. It's gonna be really, really good. Yep. That bread looks good. Yeah, I had some day before yesterday because I was trying to come out here Friday. Then I was trying to come Saturday, so I made some. It's like I ended up eating it. So I had to make some more last night. It's like I got to get out in the bush Sunday. I have to get out there. But yeah, prepared for. How are you? Hope all is well. Brad, how are you? What first aid stuff do you carry out there with you? I have two first aid kits. One kit is for anything that's I have to ingest, like aspirins, ibuprofen, anything like that. But then I have another one, the band-aids, the alcohol for bites, muscle. I do have a first aid kit with me. Let me just get it real quick. I'll show it to you. Yeah, anytime I go to the bush, this comes with me. And also anytime I go fishing. This is my first aid kit. But I put a lot of things in it in it. Like I do have gloves, the rubber gloves. If I open it, iodine. In case I have, there's galls in here. I don't want anything to spill. Tourniquet. Here's the iodine right here, which you can use to purify water as well, or disinfect the water. Bandage wrap, I have the kitchen sink. Like I said, this is for external, and I do have one for internal. Thank you, Chef Rose. Yeah, because my thing is, I'm the only one out here, and if I have to play doctor, that's what I'll do. But my thing is, again, never rush. When you're in the bush, especially by yourself, there's no reason to walk fast, step in a hole, twist your ankle, fall down. I even started using knee pads, I guess maybe 4-5 months ago, because I'm always kneeling down. I remember once I went to kneel down and didn't have them on. It's like, oh, I see why I wear them now. So I wear those knee pads all the time. And it's just being cautious, just being cautious. But yeah, that's my little first aid kit. Again, I have two, one for external and one for internal, and I keep them separate so they're not mixed up. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead, hop off here. I'm going to throw some more wood, some more wet wood into this fire. And then I'm going to start on my meal. Because that is a skill, being able to cook at night with no grill, and thing is, you don't want to waste any water because water is a premium. So it is a skill. Let me see. Are you in a Mylar line? Yeah, I'll show it to you again. This is all Mylar. But you can see it a lot better. You'll be able to see it a lot better on the video. So check out the video. Today is Sunday. Hopefully I can get it out by Tuesday. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys dropping by. Everyone take care. Stay safe. I'm definitely going to stay warm because I'm getting ready to add more wood to the fire. So I'll see you guys on your video or on my next video. Take care, everyone. Again, like, comment, share, hype, and subscribe if you have not done so. I would definitely appreciate it. Hey, it's been nice talking with you guys. I enjoyed it. I hope I've imparted something of value on you to you. So, with that said, I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.